Wish me luck. So I'm Steve from the Chippy Tour. I review incognito. I support and promote our fish and chip shops nationwide. I don't charge for reviews. I don't do reviews for free food. I think it's the fairest way to do it. And SwiftOrder are supporting me on this mission to celebrate real, independent chippies. They're a family-run company helping takeaways offer online ordering without paying commission. If you'd like to take orders online, or you're fed up with paying high fees, SwiftOrder is an easy, reliable platform with one clear, low monthly cost. It's simple to use and is backed by a support team that's always ready to help. Right, okay. Argus Fish Bar, people have been coming and going. It wasn't supposed to open until 11:30. I think it might be 11:30 now, but we were stood outside it because the door was open at 11. And they said, no, we just hang on a few minutes. So we've got ourselves a Scotch egg. Well, Sue has. Nice cardboard trays again. And I'm going to cut that in half for those who don't know what a Scotch egg is. It's an egg, obviously, a boiled egg. And it's surrounded in a kind of sausage meat. And then, obviously, breaded and usually baked or deep fried. I'm going with maybe a baked on this one. It may have just been finished off in the fryer, but so that's what a Scotch egg is. Now, some things they don't make in-house. I don't think they make that in-house, to be honest with you. They might do, but they have been up front and said what they make in-house and not. And they get stuff like little something we've got in here from a local butcher's. Everything's locally sourced, if possible. You know what? I'm going to wrap that back up and surprise you with that in a minute because there's a fish in here that I want to try. And that takes priority over anything in gravy. I didn't actually order chips, but let me just check if they're on the menu. Or is it itemised? No. So I don't know whether that's been charged or not. I'd imagine it will. I think they've just gone with fish and chips. Well, they're good chips, actually. They've got a nice orangey look to them. Yeah. Really nice flavour. Lots of crispy bits. Yeah. Oh, Sue had actually asked for the chips. But you know what? They are really, really good chips. We got their large haddock. That's quite nice, isn't it? Looks nice and thick. Little squirt of lemon going on there. Okay, now you'll see in some places, usually in a restaurant setting or something like that, they'll have the lemon in a kind of gauze, like a muslin cloth, and it allows the lemon to get through, but none of the pips. No, you cool. You know, we talked about this before, but I thought it was, I've been down south quite a bit, and I found that skin on, it seems to be more popular down here. That's a nice piece of haddock. It really is. Now the batter, a little bit heavy in places, but that's up to now. But it is nice. Let's go with it up here. Yeah, not too heavy. That's lovely. That really is. Now I'll eat the skin sometimes. Depends how crispy the batter is. And with the batter being a little bit damper on that, I won't bother with the skin. But it's a lovely, lovely piece of fish. Now, I've not got any mushy peas or anything like that because they don't make them in-house. Ah, okay. So the chips were for the faggots and gravy. Right. Okay, all makes sense now. So it's a faggot. Now, let me just cut this in half before I tell you what's in it. Look at that. But it's made up of offal. Now, I've never tried this before, so I'm going to go for a big chunk. Wish me luck. Now, I don't doubt that's a great faggot. Now, Sue's just had a little bit of this. Great, she said it's quite nice. For me, I mean, I'll eat anything. I review food. I don't have to like everything. That gravy's really nice. Nice and thick. I was an apprentice butcher in my youth. I'm going back a fair few decades now. So offal was something that was cheap. It was easy to cook. You just boil a lot of it up. And you get the older people coming in for even the lungs and the kidneys, of course, which we still eat today and everything. Liver, of course. Particularly older people. And they ask me, they go, can you skin and slice some lamb's fries? Now, you know what a lamb's fry is, don't you? It's, well, what it used to be. It's nuts. So I couldn't, I was only 16 when I started at the butcher's in Eccles in Manchester. Callahan's it was called. And I had to slice these things down, take the skin off them. And, you know, it used to go through me. I'd cringe, legs crossed, everything. There was cow heel. And the older people used to boil that up, swear by it. And there was the tripe. We used to get there's different layers of tripe, really. You've got the honeycomb tripe, and it's shaped like little honeycomb sections, little pockets. But people poured vinegar into those little holes. And they swore by that. A lot of people swore by a lot of things because nobody really, back then, if you ate a rump steak or, you know, something like that, a fillet steak, but no chance. It's back to the computer. We'll look at some reviews, look at a low one, somewhere in the middle, a high one, and mine. Lovely people in here, by the way. Absolutely lovely people. So we'll see you there. Let's look at some reviews. 3-star. Holy moly, this place is expensive now. I thought salt and malt, and I'm not sure whether that's another chippy or not. I thought salt and malt was expensive at £13.50 for large cod and chips, but Argus is £14.65 for the same. The cost of suppliers must be high, and this is just how it has to be. I got the place at around £12, but it was mostly batter. So if you read this, probably just go for the cod or the haddock if there is a special price. Now this is where it's important that the owners get back on to their Google to respond to the customers' comments. Because if that's wrong in any way, you know, they can actually say something. Or if they don't say anything, they're basically, you know, agreeing with everything that's happened. Now, it might be right. I don't know. I'm just saying in general on any of the comments. It's nice as well for the owners or staff to leave comments. You know, thank you for the great review and all that kind of thing. It shows they're on it. It shows they have that extra interest. At the same time, I appreciate people can be a little too busy and maybe they can't access their Google, which I've known in the past too. 4-star, good sized portions and does well heating and eating the following day. Make sure you check the deals when you go in before ordering, as it can turn out expensive. 5-star, has to be one of the best fish and chip shops in all of Bristol. It's fantastic. It's fantastic staff, clean, and the best fish and chips you could ever get. Quality, 10 out of 10. Mine, 5-star. Arrived at Argos a few minutes before opening, but was welcomed inside to wait while the final preparations were made. I wouldn't normally visit too early, but we got our times wrong, and it was only a few minutes. The atmosphere was warm and friendly, with staff who clearly enjoyed what they were doing, and the banter was excellent. I ordered a large haddock, which was a lovely piece of fish, fresh, thick and flaky, coated it in a tasty batter, though slightly doughy in a couple of spots. The slice of lemon was a nice touch. My wife thought the particular meatball in gravy was delicious. Google wouldn't let me write faggot. Yeah, I mean, I understand that it's been used in a not so nice way, but it is actually a traditional food. But yeah, I can understand how it would look in print. So what I like to say is, my wife thought the particular meatball in gravy was delicious. And although they are not my thing, I could see the quality. The sauce was thick and beefy, and the chips were plentiful and crispy. The Scotch egg was perfectly structured and delicious. Overall, I thoroughly enjoyed my visit, not just for the food, but the friendly staff and chatty locals. Cooking in oil, payment cash or card, hygiene rating 5, fish reviewed, large haddock. See you on the next one.